In this video, I'll be showing you how we can create the pages as like the home page, contact page and blog page from scratch, not using any templates. So let's jump to the dashboard and let's come to the pages. We have all pages. So we want to have the home, edit the home page. So let's click here, edit. Okay, and let's edit with Elementor. Click that. Okay, currently we can see it's by default it's it has a sidebar and a content area at the left side, so we don't need that. We need to change this to Elementor full width. So let's come to this option here, which is settings. You can see settings and click that and set the page layout to Elementor full width. We can also hide this from the page editing, but we will keep that here, and we will hide this part from the customize option, but let's keep that for now. And now we can see the full canvas, full width canvas, so we can create our home page. So let's take a section by clicking this cross, and here you can see we have a section, and let's take inner section inside this section. Okay, we want to have the look like this, a background with a button, but I will add a heading and subheading so that it looks more professional. But before that, let's add the background image. Let's click this option, section editor option, click here, and then we need to come to this styling option here. We can see styling, click that, and now we need to set a background image. So we need to click this classic here, classic, and then we need to select an image for the background. Let's click this plus icon and let's find a background image for this section. Let's check the sample. It's this one. Okay, let's find where it is. Okay, let's find upload that from the local. Yes, this is the one. Let's click open. Insert the media. Okay, now we got the background image on this section, but we need to add a header, a heading and subheading. So here is currently 2 columns. Let's make it 3 by simply right clicking on this column editor, right click. You can see, let's zoom, just simply right click there and add a new column. Let's click that, add a new column. Now we can see we have 3 columns, but if we want to adjust the width of this column, we can do that in many ways. We can simply drag and adjust the width of this column according to our need. Simply do the same thing here, or we can do that from this option. Let's click this section editor first, and then come to this option structure, click, and now we have some preset structure for this column, 3-column. So let's select that one. You can see this column has been changed according to this one. So now we can add a heading here. Let's click this blank space, and here you can find a heading. Let's drag and drop the heading here. Currently it's showing black. We can set the color from this styling option here, style, and text color to white. We can increase the font size from here, but before increasing the font size we need to define the font family. Let's add Montserrat and give the size as 45 pixel, and the transformation could be uppercase, width can be bold, and the line height is 1.5 em or less. We can decrease the size a little bit. Okay, we can add a subheading here. Let's duplicate. We can duplicate that simply, or we can take another heading, but I would like to duplicate that. And then we need to set the size, decrease the size here. Okay, currently we can see anything, but we will be able to see if we add a transparent background overlay here. Let's add, click the section, edit section again, and it will be open the background here. So let's add color. So we can add background overlay from here. Click that and simply come this background type, which is classic, and then set a color for this overlay. I am preferring the black. Okay, we can adjust the transparency for this background image overlay. So I'd like to have this. Okay, now if we want to make the alignment center, let's click this heading and come to the content. Here at the bottom you will see the alignment, make it center. And also I would like to do the same thing for the subheading, and click that, come to the content and click this center. Okay, we need some padding at the top and at the bottom. That's why we need to click this section, or we can do that from make it center. And also same thing for the subheading, and click that, come to the content and come to this advanced option here. You can see advanced, click that, and then we need to add some padding here. In that case I would prefer percentage, so I'd like to set percent and uncheck this option. Then we can come up this, give it 5%, and at the bottom I would like to also set 5%. We can increase that to 10. Let's make it 10% for now. We can add a button here, so let's come to this icon. You can see, click that. Now we can see the other elements. So currently we want to have a button, shop now button. Simply drag and drop this button here. It's already left aligned. We can set that on the middle. Just simply set the alignment here, you can see, to center, and we can change the text of the button, which is shop now. We can make the size as large, medium, whatever we want. I would like to have this at large. Let's set the button background color here on the styling option. Remember that for changing the colors, fonts and everything, we need to come this styling option here. We'll find every elements, colors, fonts and everything on the styling option of that element. So we'll come to the background color here. You can see background color. Let's make it orange. Okay, or green, whatever we want. So let's have this color. That's it. Let's add a few more padding or margin here. So I would like to have 20 pixel margin top and 20 pixel margin bottom. So this is the first section. We can create our first section and the other section as like the same way, using the elements of Elementor. All the elements are here, so it's not possible to cover up all elements in this single series. So you can check my other videos to get the idea of using these elements. Let's come to the next section here. Oh, by the way, we need to give a link for this button. So I would like to redirect this button to the shop page, which is collection. Let's right click and open in the new tab to get the link here, which is this page. Let's copy this page and come back to the home page. Click this item here again, and then we need to come the content part, and here you'll find the link option. Let's replace this link using that. You can simply update and save, but before update and save, we can add another thing, which is hover effect. Sometimes it seems nice. So let's come to the styling, and then we can add hover. Click this hover and hover animation. Currently it's none, but we can set that as grow. So whenever we hover, it will grow up, so it seems nice. Also we can set a hover background for this button. Let's click that here and let's make it red. We can see it seems nice. Let's click the color option here again, it will disappear. So let's save that first section here. So the first section for of the home page is done for the desktop view. Now let's edit that on the mobile view. Here you can see responsive mode. Let's click that and click the mobile view. Currently you can see it's looking weird on the mobile view. Let's click that and adjust the typography and font size on this styling option here. You can see in the styling option here, and click this typography and set the font size 20 pixel and whatever you want. I would like to have it in 22 pixel. For the subtitle we can add we can have this. Let's click that here and come to the style option again and set the typography 18 pixel or less if you want. And then for the buttons, if we want to keep that the same size, or we can decrease the font size, just simply click that and come to the typography, adjust the size according to our need. Let's make it 14 pixel. Okay, for the background image we can see nothing is visible here. We can set the background image, we can set the dimension of background image. Currently it's the position of the background image is by default, so we can make it center. We can set the attachment to fixed or scroll. Let's see all this thing in the desktop view first so that you can understand. On the desktop view, the position of this background image is centered now. We can also set the alignment on top center, whatever we want. Let's set that as top center. The attachment is default. If we set that as fixed, whenever we scroll, the background image will be fixed here. If we set that as scroll, it will give a simple parallax effect here. Let's make it default. And the repeat, if an image is smaller than the screen size, it gets repeat on this section. We can simply set that as no repeat, and the size of this background is set as by default, but we can set that as auto cover. You can see if we set that cover, it covers this whole area and adjust with the section size. If we set that as contain, only this part will get this background image. So let's set that as cover. Okay, now it looks nice. The same thing if we want to have just the background image on mobile devices, we need to come to this option here, responsive mode, and for the mobile device you can simply play around with these tabs. You can see the position of the image is centered, the alignment is default. Let's make it keep it default, and repeat is no repeat, and we can set the size to cover or auto. In that case I would prefer cover. So you can see now it is looks like that. So the first section is done. Let's save the change. Okay, let's click the responsive mode again and select the desktop mode. Now we'd like to have some related products on the second section. Let's add a row here. We can simply add a heading for the related products here, or we can add a new section here which is standard, but whenever we take a section it automatically goes on 2-column row, but we can simply right click and delete a row. Now we have a main section, and under that we have a separate section where we can add our elements. So let's add a heading. The heading will be featured products. Featured. Let's align this heading to the center, and let's adjust the fonts family and everything. So we need to come to the styling option and typography. Let's resize it. Let's give it 30 pixel, and the font family will be Roboto. Whatever you want you can set. Now we have a heading of this featured products, and now we need a divider so that it seems nice. So I find this divider, simply drag and drop under this. Okay, by default it's full width, so we can adjust the width of this divider here, simply dragging drop here, dragging down, and then make the alignment is centered. We can make it more small. Currently it's been set as solid. We have many options of this divider. Just simply play around. I'd like to have this solid, and we can increase the divider width by clicking this style, and here you can see width. We'd like to have it 3. Okay, you can see it's a little bit bigger. in the previous part. So now we would like to have the products, recent products here. So simply search products. Here you'll find the archive products. So we can try using both. Let's drag the archive product first. Nothing is happening here. Let's delete that. Just come here. I'm searching for the WooCommerce product here. We need to go at the bottom. You can see the WooCommerce option here. WooCommerce, click that. It will open up a drawer here and we can see the option of products. We can simply drag and drop that here. If we don't get that from that WooCommerce, we can simply delete and simply come here again, search widgets. We can simply type we can find the product, simply drag and drop that here. Currently it's showing 4 column. You can see on the left side it's been set as 4 column. We don't need that. We need 3 column and 3 products, 3 rows. So let's set that as 3. Okay, the query which is the source of these products, that means what kind of products we want to display here, is like the source is latest products. We want to show the featured products. Let's select the featured. So currently we didn't select any products as featured, that's why it's blank. We can simply include by any terms here if we have. So currently let's keep the source as latest products. Okay, we can keep this for now. If you want to add any paginations, that means if you have a lot of products here, we can simply check this pagination so that it will display 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5 pages here. But currently we don't need that. We can simply hide that option, pagination. Okay, so now we need to add some padding here. Click this section option here, edit section, and come to this advanced. Every time we need to add margin and padding, we need to come to this advanced option, click that and come to the padding here. Let's first click this option so that it don't get all over everywhere. And on the top we want to have 100 pixel, and at the bottom we want to have 100 pixel. So you can see it's a little bit big, so let's decrease that to 50. Yes, also here 50. Update. If you want to have any other sections as like testimonials and many other things we can have. So let's see how we can have a testimonial section here. Let's click this edit section option. We need to have a background image, or we can set background color for that. In that case I would like to have a background color. So style option here, background type should be classic here. And also we can get, if you want to have gradient color, that means 2 kind of color, we can have that. So I'd like to have a simple color which is black. So click that color icon here, and in this part we want to have a testimonial. So let's find testimonial. So in that case we want to have a testimonial carousel. Let's simply drag and drop this testimonial carousel. Okay, you can see a testimonial is coming through as slider, and there are some dummy text. If you want to have an image of for the person who give this review, we can set like this and simply insert the media. That's the way of doing all the other items. We can simply duplicate an item or add a new item here. We can simply change the skin to bubble, or we can simply make it default. We have the color, but styling options, everything here, with the styling option for the content, with the styling option for image and everything. You just need to play around with these options. So let's give it margin padding. In that case I would like to get this part padding everywhere, so I'd like to give 40 pixel padding everywhere. So let's save that. If you want to have a section between these two sections, let's just simply click this plus. So it will give us the option to add a new section under this, between these two per section. So in that case let's add a 2-column row. Assume that we want to have a section with one image and some text here. So let's add an image here. Simply drag and drop that image here and select the image by clicking this. In that case I would like to have this one as the image. You can simply adjust the ratio of the image by clicking this. We can simply add some margin here by clicking this edit section and advanced. We can add a few margin which is 50 pixel top and bottom, and assume that we need to add some details of this product here. Also we can add a button, so that after checking the details, if someone wants to see this product on the product page, they can directly go to that specific product place by clicking that button. So let's get a few dummy text here from the lorem ipsum. Click that, click the lorem ipsum generator, and take some few dummy text from here. Okay, let's come to the home page, and now we need to add some text here. So in that case we need to add text editor, and by default we have some lorem ipsum text here. And before adding some text, keep that, we can add a heading also for this. So come to this icon and add a heading here. You can see, simply drag and drop the heading. So this is the heading. Or this is and this is some details of this product. Currently it's not looking that much nice because it's though these things are very close to each other. Let's add some padding on this. Let's click this column icon and come to this advanced option here, and then let's add a few padding here. Simply increase the padding to 40 pixel, and let's increase the heading size and the text size. So first increase the heading size from this styling option and come to the typography. Let's set that as 25 pixel, and I would like to have Tahoma or Arial, whatever you want. For the text, click that and come to the style option here and typography again, and select the text to Tahoma, and then the font size should be 18 pixel, whatever you want. We can simply adjust the row and everything here. If we want to have these details at the middle, then we can simply click this column icon and come to the layout option here. You can see the layout, and then vertical alignment should be middle. So you can see it's middle now. We can simply add box shadow for this part by clicking this I columns here. If you want to have a box shadow for this image, so click that, come to the style option, come to the border here, and just simply you can see a box shadow. Click that icon. Now we can see some box shadow option here, so we can simply make it spared, increase the blur as like the image pops up and it looks nice. Or if you want to add some animation as like this, if we click that and we need to go to the advanced, we can add some motion effects, like you can see here motion effects. Click that. Whenever we browse this page and scroll down a little bit on this section, we will be able to see some motion effects on this part. Let's click that and simply select fade in left. You can see the motion effects here. But if we set the motion effect for this image, the background looks weird because we have set the box shadow for the column. Let's remove that box shadow now. We can simply remove this box shadow by clicking this back to default. We can add the box shadow on our image by clicking this icon, and this process is same. Come to the border, and this is the option box shadow. Okay, and increase the spread and the blur. If you want to get the corners rounded, here you can see border radius here. You can increase the border radius a bit. Currently it's not taking place because let's make it 0 first, and let's make it none again. This is the image, and we need to add, if you want to have the border radius, then we need to go to the styling option. This border radius is for the box shadow here, you can see, but for the image we need to come to the styling option, and then we will see the border radius. Let's increase and see the border radius here. As you can see, the image border here, you can see the radius, but we can see the background which is white. So what we can do, we can simply remove the white background from here, background, click that section, background, and click this classic, set the color to transparent. There are some images which takes this white backgrounds. This is a problem. But if we set the border radius on the column, this problem don't happens. So let's remove this. Before adding the border radius, we need to uncheck the box shadow. Let's back to default. So now if we want to add the border radius, click this and come to the styling option here and simply increase the border radius here. You can see the corner has been reduced. But if we add the box shadow, if the image is not a transparent image at the background, it will get a white corner here, so which is not good. And as this image is not transparent backgrounded, so it will show the white corners, so which is weird. So in that case, we will not add any box shadow on this kind of images. Sometimes they're very much, these issues are very much common when you started working with an image. We are working with the box shadows and everything. That's why I covered this stuff here, so that you don't face any issues here. And we have also added motion effects on this image. Let's click and check. You can see the motion effects of this image. So let's update this home page and preview. It's saving. It's saved. Let's preview this from here. Preview changes. Click that. Okay, this is the home page we just created with a few informations. Forget about the design layout. It's just a simple demonstration. So let's create the contact page. Before creating the contact page, we need to hide this option from all the pages. For doing this, we need to come to customizer, click that. Okay, so we need to find the general options here and page settings, which is, you can see page title here. We can simply hide by clicking this style hidden. Okay, now the page title is vanished. You can see nothing is there. Simply publish, and let's come back to this website, viewing the home page. And if we click this logo, it will redirect us on this blank page. It's because we didn't set the home page for our default home page. So let's come back to the dashboard and do that. We have created a page naming that as home, so we need to define that as home page. Let's come to this option, which is settings, you can see, and rating, and you can see your home page display. We need to select that as static page, and then we need to come this option home page and select that home as our home page. After that, we need to save that. Okay, now if we visit the website, simply right click here, visit. We can see our home page is live. So if we come back to the contact page, everything is blank here. Let's edit this page by clicking edit page, because we didn't started editing this page using Elementor. That's why we need to click that edit page first, and then we need to click this edit with Elementor. Click that. The same thing we have to do. We have to set this page width as Elementor full width. Let's come to this settings, click that, and then let's come to this page layout, which is Elementor full width. After that, now we can create our contact page. So in that case, we just need to add simple text, which is contact us, and then the contact form. So let's click that the section, and let's add a heading. Before doing anything here, we need to adjust the margin here. Let's click this section and advanced here. You can see section, and then we need to come the advanced, and after that we need to give some margin here. Let's add 100 pixel margin, and this is the heading. So we can click here and come here, so we can give the heading name as contact us. We can set the alignment to center. We can increase the size. We can do the changes on typographies, whatever we want. Set the font family according to our need. So let's add this contact us. And now we need to add a form under this. So in that case, we can take a new section here, drag and drop a new section. If you want to have a form here and a map, Google map here, we can also do that. Let's create that. So in that case, we want to have our form here and the map here. So simply drag the form element first, search form. You can see form, simply drag and drop the form element here, and at the left side we want to have our map. So let's just search for map, Google map, simply drag and drop. We need to add some margin here. Let's click the section and advance. Again and again I'm doing the same thing for adding margin. So let's add a few margin, which is 40 pixel and 40 pixel bottom. So now we can adjust our form according to the styling we want. If we want to hide this level, simply click this show level, uncheck this show level, the height will be disappear. If you want to add more fields here, simply add item. And if you want to define that what kind of item we want to have, there are type here. There are very different types of the content. Let's see, we can add telephone numbers and whatever we want. We need to add a label here, which is number. Simply copy that and place that on the placeholder. You can see we can adjust the orientation of this. Simply drag and drop here. So this is the form, simple form we have. And on this form, if someone fill up this form and we want to get the details of this form, so we need to set the email. So in that case, we need to come this email option, and we need to place the email where we want to receive the form data if someone sends something here. And then if you want to customize the styling of this form, we need to come the style. Here you can see the style options, the fields. We can adjust the width, we can add some border radius on the fields. We can increase the width of the borders. We can customize the button also. So this is the simple contract page. Let's update that and preview. Okay, now only one page is remaining, which is the blog. If we click that, we can see blank page. So we need to define this blog as our post page. So let's come to the dashboard. Let's come to the dashboard here, and again we need to go to the settings here and rating. So for the post page, we need to select that the blog page as our post page and save. Now if we visit the website and click the blog page, still we will see nothing here because we don't have any post on the website. So let's add a few posts. So come back to the dashboard and post, add new. Let's name it test post 1. And every time we add a post, we need to add featured image for the post. Let's find the featured image. Here you can see featured image. Set a featured image. We can select that from the media library. Let's select this person, set the featured image. We can set some categories if we have already created some categories, or we can add categories from here. We can add tags here for the post. We can add excerpt text for this post. So let's publish this post. And let's preview this post. Okay, currently the post looks like this, but if we want to edit this post using Elementor, we need to do something, which is come to the dashboard here and find the Elementor and go to the settings. Here you can see settings, and now we need to check this post types for posts. If you want to create our custom product page, then we need to select the products also. So whenever we check these options, Elementor will get the power of editing these things, posts, pages, products, and everything. So let's save the changes. So now if we come back to the posts, all posts, so now we will be able to edit that using Elementor. Let's click edit, and now here you can see we got the option of edit with Elementor. So let's click that. Okay, you can see a default page layout of the theme. We can make that as full width, or we can have a sidebar here with the other posts, related posts and everything. So in that case we don't want to have anything here, we want to have that as full width. So let's come back to the settings and simply set the page layout to Elementor full width. Everything goes blank because this will disable all the other options of this post from the theme it came. But if we select the default, it will get the default layout of the theme. We can also make the full width from our theme option, but I would like to have this page through Elementor. So let's come to this page layout and let's make it Elementor full width. So now we will be able to design our single post page according to our design, our client's design, according to whatever he wants. So let's take a section. I'm making the process fast just for completing this page. So we can take an image as the featured image. We can define that. You can see the dynamic tag. We can set that as post featured image. We can adjust the height and width. So click that style, simply drag and drop and adjust according to your requirement. Then we can simply take something as like, if we take an element which is heading, let's drag and drop that here. We can define that as post title. It will get the post title, which is test post 1. We can adjust the color. We can simply increase the font size and everything here. We can center align the image. If we want, click that image, come to the content and make the center left aligned. And we can add some details here under this. So click this Elementor icon and simply text, get the text editor here under this. Also, if we want to have the author details and everything, we can get that. So come back to this Elementor dashboard again. So let's find the post related option by tapping post. So you can see we have bunch of options for the post title. Simply we can do using the dynamic tools, or we can simply drag the post related elements here. So previously I showed you using the dynamic tool. Now let's remove these things. Simply we can drag the post title, again come post, edit type post. We can simply get the post excerpt. Again let's type post. We can get the post author, which is post info. Let's drag and drop that here under the title. You can see the author, the date, the time, and everything. And the last thing we can get, let's type post again. So you can see whatever we want to add. We can add post info, post title, excerpt, and everything. We can also add custom things here, whatever we want. We can add any elements here, anything we want. So let's simply add text editor, remove that excerpt. Here you can see, assume that this is the post content. Let's copy and paste that repeatedly. Okay, assume that it is the post content. Let's make the image a little bit bigger. Okay, and let's add a few margin at the top. Click the section editor and advanced, and then increase the margin. It will give same margin on the top and the bottom. Here you can see. So this is the first test post. Let's update, and let's come to the dashboard again. Where that is, let's come to the dashboard. We need to add a few posts, so let's see all posts. Let's duplicate this. We didn't have any duplicator activated. If you want to duplicate a post, then we need to add a plugin. Let's come back to the plugin options. Let's here plugins, add new, search for duplicate post. You can add this one, or this one. Let's add this duplicate page, active that. Okay, now let's come back to the page posts again, posts, all posts, and now we will be able to duplicate this. Simply click that, duplicate this. Let's quick edit and publish that. You can see the status is draft. Let's published, or we can name that, and then we can make that status as published. Update. We can also change the contents and everything by clicking edit with Elementor, or let's edit this. We can edit the featured image from here. We can change them. Let's change the featured image. Set the image. Update. Let's come back to the dashboard again. This is the simplest way of having a post on WordPress without knowing the high level skills of custom post designs and everything. But we can, if we want, we can create custom post layouts, custom post archive post layouts, and single post layouts. Whatever we want, we can create them using Elementor page templates. So I am not covering that part. I am making this part as simple as possible. So let's visit the website and the blog page. which is blog. Currently we are able to see the blog post here, but you can see the images is getting very big. So let's customize this. All the design and everything are coming from the theme options, so we need to do some tweak on theme options if you want to customize the layouts. Every option, everything is already given on the theme options. We just need to find and configure those options. So you can see we are now on the customizer. So we need to find the blog option here. You can see the blog. Let's click that, and you can see the blog entries. Click that. Currently you can see the blog page layout. If we set that as full width, the blog page layout will be set it as full width, and we can adjust the orientation of blog contents here. First featured image, then title, then meta, contact, and read more button. So whatever things we want to adjust on the orientation we can do. You can see the blog style is large image. We can simply open up this option and set that as thumbnail. You can see the blog layout has been set it as thumbnail. If you want to do the image position on various ways, like the current image is left, we can set that as right. We can make the vertical position top or center, whatever we want. So let's keep that image position left. And for the blog style, if we select the grid, let's see what happens. It will give a grid looking look of the post page, blog page. This image is very much bigger than the other, that's why this is looking weird. So we need to select a square image like this for the posts, so that it don't get very much bigger. So if we keep this grid layout, we can select how many columns we want to have. It's 2, 3, 4. It starts from 2. Fit rows, if we select that missionary, what happens? So we can set the custom image length, and that is let's set that as 500 pixel. Nothing. Let's set that 500 pixel height, not for the width. Okay, we can customly add the height, but the image will be cropped if it's not square image. So you can see how we can adjust the blog page contents here. If we add the missionary columns here, we can increase. You can see the blog style is grid, and if we add that as thumbnail, and the grid style is fit row, let's see what happens. It's 2 column. Let's go to large image, what happens? Okay, so let's come back to the grid. So we can play around with these stuffs whatever our client wants. We can define the excerpt length. We can increase the excerpt length, or we can decrease the excerpt length. Let's make it default what it was. We can set the pagination. If it there are three types of pagination, which is standard, infinity scroll, and next previous. If we set that infinity scroll, that means if we trying to scroll down, it will automatically get the other post, and until it will get the post until the all the amount of post finished. If you set that as next preview, so that previous, so that we'll get a button of the post next and previous, so that we can check other pages, other post, other page where we'll be able to see other posts. So these are the options of the theme, so that how we can customize our blog page. So let's save that and publish. So let's preview the website again. Let's click the blog page. We can see we have two blog posts here. If we click that, it will open up this post. This image is very big, that's why it's showing like this. And if we come back to the collection page, which is our shop page, you can see the shop page is here, and this is my account page. By default it's been created from WooCommerce. Currently, as I am the administrator, so I have logged in. I can see my activities as a customer. I can see the orders and everything of what I have done on this online store. I can see everything here. I can edit my account details here, whatever we want, and I can simply log out from this site as a customer. So let's do another important thing on the customizer, which is page layout. Currently all the page layouts has been set it as sidebar. So let's come back to the general styling here, generals option, general styling. Let's find the page layout here, general settings. You can see the layout, the layout is been set it as right sidebar, but we don't need that. We can set that as full width. So all the pages, everything will not get any sidebar here, so it will be set as full width. Let's publish that and preview the page, this page, reload. Now we get this content here full width. And if you come back to the collection pages, we have the sidebar here because we have defined the sidebar specifically for this shop page. So on the other pages we will get the full width. Let's come back to the home page. This is the home page. Okay, so this is a simple online store for doing the practice of creating e-commerce store, and gradually you can improve your design skill, and you can add more sections and more pages one by one, doing other things by following the instructions and playing around with the elementary elements. So this is the end of the tutorial.